guys, I'm Aniko, and this is my recap of PC gaming news for September 2016. Videos in this series release on the last Friday of every month, which conveniently happens to be the last day of the month this time. Also, based on feedback from last month, I've made some tweaks to this month's video that you guys will hopefully appreciate. Like last time, you can find links for all the games mentioned in the description below. So let's get started. This month, over 500 PC games were released on Steam. From this absolutely mind-numbing torrent of games, I have picked a few to highlight as titles you should at least look at. These recommendations aren't made wholly on my own opinion, but are based in part on buzz from places such as YouTube, Twitter, and professional gaming news sources, and is an attempt to render a snapshot of what's new and cool in PC gaming for the past month. So to begin, some of the major releases for the month of September include Attack on Titan, an anime-style, story-heavy action game from Koei Tecmo. God Eater 2 is an anime-style action RPG from Bandai Namco. Champions of Interia is a tactical, real-time strategy game from Blue Byte and Ubisoft. The Turing Test is an action first-person puzzle game set on Jupiter's moon, Europa, from Bulkhead Interactive and Square Enix. World of Warcraft Legion is the 6th expansion to the massively multiplayer online game by Blizzard. Steins Gate is a time travel science fiction interactive visual novel which has been localized from Japanese by Mages. Cossacks 3 is a classic real-time strategy game with a combination of war, economy, army, and building development from GSC Game World. Dead Rising is an action horror game from Capcom. Warhammer 40,000 Eternal Crusade is a multiplayer third-person shooter from Behavior Digital and Bandai Namco. Quantum Break is a cinematic-style, story-rich action game from Remedy Entertainment and Microsoft Studios. Fractured Space is a space-themed, free-to-play multiplayer online battle arena where you can control a gigantic capital ship from Epic Case Games. Divinity Original Sin is an early access strategy role-playing game from Larian Studios. Some other more obscure games that are starting to see critical acclaim and were released during the last month include Rive, a sci-fi action shooter from Two Tribes; Event Zero, a narrative space adventure and exploration game from Ocelot Society; Virginia, which is a adventure thriller walking simulator from Variable State and 505 Games; The Final Station, a post-apocalyptic adventure game in which you travel through a dying world on a train; Oriental Empires, an early access turn-based 4X strategy game recreating the civilization of ancient China; Talent Not Included is an action platformer with steampunk flair from Prima Originals; The Warlock of Firetop Mountain, an action RPG with table gaming flair from Tin Man Games; Redoubt, a futuristic racing game with virtual reality support from 34 Big Things; Seasons After Fall, a 2D platform puzzler game set in a fantasy world from Swing Swing Submarine and Focus Home Interactive. Unbox is a 90s-style 3D platformer about self-delivering cardboard boxes from Prospect Games. Project High Rise is a strategy management building simulation reminiscent of Sim Tower from Soma Sim and Kaseto Games. Halcyon 6, Starbase Commander is a retro-style space strategy RPG from Massive Damage. There is much to look forward to in October as well. Some of the titles that are coming our direction include Endless Space 2, a turn-based 4X space strategy that launches players into the space colonization age from Amplitude Studios. Mafia 3, an open-world action and crime adventure game from Hangar 13 and 2K Games. The Silver Case, a dark adventure mystery visual novel being localized from Japanese by Grasshopper Manufacture Incorporated. Moto Racer 4, a bike racing sports action game from Artifact Studio and Microids. Civilization 6, the upcoming entry in the Sid Meier's Civilization series of 4X turn-based strategy games from Firaxis and 2K Games. Battlefield 1, a World War I themed first-person shooter from Electronic Arts. Shadow Warrior 2, a ninja-themed first-person shooter from Flying Wild Hog and Devolver Digital. Titanfall 2, a science fiction first-person shooter from Respawn Entertainment and Electronic Arts. And now I give you my special reward, the Steam User Favorite from all the games released in the month of August. This is a contest based on user reviews. The requirements are simple. The game must have debuted on Steam sometime in the previous month, not in September, but in August, which should give all games time to collect reviews from Steam users. The game also must have at least 100 reviews or more to qualify for this award. This award goes to the game, released in August, with the highest percentage of positive user reviews. August's winner is N++, with a total of 98% positive reviews from nearly 500 reviewers. It's a fast-paced, momentum-based 2D platformer from Metanet Software. And this month's runners-up are Ace Academy, a comedy-centric slice-of-life visual novel with sci-fi and romance elements and 97% positive reviews. Valley, a first-person action-adventure game with 97% positive reviews. And Mandagon, a free-to-play pixel graphic adventure game with 95% positive reviews. Steam reviews change fast, and I expect these titles to shift up or down over the coming weeks, so this reward is just a snapshot into new games with the most positive reviews at this moment. One that will hopefully help guide you to some new and interesting titles. As always, there's a lot going on in the gaming community, but the news story I'm going to highlight this month is Valve's changes to Steam reviews. If you haven't been keeping up with the story, on September 12th, Valve pushed out a huge overhaul to the review system, which automatically hid all reviews from users who didn't acquire the game by direct purchase through Steam. This change also affected ratings of games by making it so that the game ratings were only calculated from purchases on Steam. Now, the purpose of all this was very logical. The main reason for this change was to remove the effect caused by reviews that had been incentivized or paid for by developers, and thus created false positive feedback on a particular title. While this is all well and good in and of itself, the changes also removed reviews from keys that were legitimately acquired from places such as the Humble Store, CD box activation, Kickstarter campaigns, and also professional game critics who are often given free keys for review purposes. The end result was an outcry from developers and gamers alike, who were frustrated that some of the most useful reviews on Steam were suddenly unavailable unless you chose to turn on reviews from those who had acquired the game outside of a normal Steam purchase, and that required you changing it yourself. So, on the 21st of September, Steam rolled out another tweak to the review system. Now again, all reviews are visible by default. You can still turn off reviews from people who receive the game by Steam key, but that is no longer the default. There's still one catch. Key activation reviews still will not impact a game's review score. That will still only be calculated by purchases made through Steam. Developers who sell the majority of their keys through Kickstarter or other websites are the ones that are going to be the most impacted by this change to the scoring system, because their most valuable and most committed fans of their games will be relegated to second-class citizens in the review system. But at least their reviews will still be there for those who care to read. Frankly, in the end, I feel like this change will accomplish nothing. This is not cynicism, but the reality of someone who spent a few years writing professional reviews on self-published books available on Amazon. Self-published authors want to have that coveted verified purchase above any review that you do for them. So they simply would reimburse your purchase of the book once a satisfactory review was published for them on Amazon. It's even worse this way than getting a free copy for review, because if I get a free copy of something, I would still feel free to rake them across the coals if it was really deserved. But when you don't get reimbursed for your time or for the expense of buying the item until they like your review, let me tell you, you feel really pressured into writing a glowing review, even if what you just read was complete trash. And that is the path that Steam is flirting with. All they've done with this change is encourage dishonest developers to pursue more clever ruses. Now on to the best part in this video, free stuff. This month there's only one really good option out there, and that's with the Ubisoft Club. They're giving away The Crew this month, which is from 2014 and is an open world action driving MMO. If that sounds at all appealing to you, hop onto your Uplay account and snag yourself a copy. And that is my hyper-condensed update on important PC gaming news for September 2016. I hope you guys found the information in this video helpful. If you feel like I missed something, you can add to the conversation in the comments below. I'll return with another video in this style on the last Friday of October. So as always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!